Hello student, we will continue our third chapter, physical layer. In this we study next concept. The next concept is transmission modes. Data transmission refers to the process of transferring data between two or more digital devices. Data is transmitted from one device to another in analog or digital form, which we will discuss already. Basically, data transmission enables device or component within device to speak with each other. Data is transferred in form of bits between two or more digital devices. There are two methods used to transmit data between digital devices that we'll discuss in this lecture. So these two methods are: first one parallel transmission, second one serial transmission. Parallel transmission sends multiple data bits at the same time over multiple channels, whereas serial data transmission sends data bit one after another over single transmission channel. There are again three subtypes of serial data transmission. First one asynchronous, second one synchronous, and third one is isochronous. We study this one by one. Parallel transmission. In parallel transmission, various bits are sent together simultaneously with single clock. It is fast way to transmit as it uses many input-output line for transferring the data. In parallel transmission, all the bits of data are transmitted simultaneously on separate communication lines. So, in order to transmit n bit, n wire or lines are used. Thus, each bit has its own line. All n bits of one group are transmitted with each clock pulse from one device to another. That is, multiple bits are sent with each clock pulse. Hence, parallel transmission is used for short distance communication. Advantage: it is speedy way of transmitting data as multiple bits are transmitted simultaneously with single clock pulse. And disadvantage is it is costly method of data transmission as it requires n line to transmit n bit at the same time. This diagram represents parallel transmission in which there are number of lines will be used to transmit data. One bit use one single line, hence there are total 8 bits, hence 8 communication lines will be used from sender to receiver. So if the number of lines is increased, then speed of that transmission are also increased. So parallel transmission is speedy or fast as compared to serial transmission. Then second one, serial transmission. When transferring data between two physically separate devices, especially if separation is more than few kilometers for reason of cost, it is more economical to use single pair of lines. Data is transmitted as a single bit at a time using fixed time interval for each bit. This mode of transmission is known as a bit serial transmission. In serial transmission, the various bits of data are transmitted serially one after another. So, it requires only one communication line rather than n line to transmit data from sender to receiver. Thus, all the bits of data are transmitted on single line in serial fashion. In serial transmission, only single bit is sent with each clock pulse. Hence, it is used for long distance communication. Advantage: use of single communication line reduce transmission line cost by factor of n as compared to parallel transmission. Lesser number of wires result in reduced cost stock. Disadvantage: use of conversion device at source and destination end may lead to increase in overall transmission cost. Second disadvantage, this method is slower as compared to parallel transmission as bits are transmitted serially one after other. Then this diagram represents serial transmission in which all data bits will be transmitted on this single transmission media only from sender to receiver. So if number of bits are increased, then time span will also increase to transmit all data from sender to receiver. Hence, this transmission media or this transmission is slower as compared to parallel transmission. There are two types of serial transmission. First one, asynchronous transmission. In asynchronous transmission, timing of signal is unimportant. Instead, information is received and translated by agreed upon patterns. Patterns are based on group of bit stream into bytes. Every group handled independently. Asynchronous transmission sends only one character at a time, where character is either letter or number or control character, that it sends one byte of data at a time. But bit synchronization between two devices is made possible using start bit and stop bit. Start bit indicates beginning of data, that is, it alerts the receiver to arrival of new group of bits. A start bit, usually 0, is added to the beginning of each byte. Stop bit indicates end of data, that is, to let receiver know that byte is finished. One or more additional bits are appended to the end of byte for this purpose. These bits are usually indicated by 1, which is called stop bit. Addition of start and stop increase number of data bit. Hence, more bandwidth is consumed in asynchronous transmission. There is idle time between transmission of different data bytes. This idle time is also known as gap. The gap or idle time can be of varying interval. This mechanism is called asynchronous because at byte level, sender and receiver not to be synchronized. But within each byte, receiver must be synchronized with incoming bit stream. Advantage, this method of data transmission is cheaper in cost as compared to synchronous. Example, if lines are short, asynchronous transmission is better because line cost would be low and idle time will not be expensive. Then second advantage, that in this approach each individual character is complete in itself. Therefore, if character is corrupted during transmission, its successor and predecessor character will not be affected. So in that way, each individual character is independent on other. It is possible to transmit signal from source having different bit rate. The transmission can start as soon as data bytes to be transmitted becomes available. Moreover, this mode of data transmission is easy to implement. Disadvantage, this method is less efficient and slower compared to synchronous transmission due to overhead of extra bit and insertion of gap into bit stream. Then second disadvantage is successful transmission inevitably depends on recognition of start bit. These bits can be missed or corrupted. This diagram represents asynchronous serial data transmission in which with each byte start bit and stop bit will be added. The stop bit is presented by 0 whereas start bit is indicated by bit 1. Then when receiver get 0, then it will find that it is a start of byte. Then after 8 bit, it find for stop bit. Whether it get the stop bit, then receiver knows that it is a stop bit. Second type in serial transmission is synchronous transmission. Synchronous transmission does not use start and stop bit like asynchronous transmission. In this method, bit stream is combined into longer frames that may contain multiple bytes. There is no gap between various bytes in data stream. In the absence of start and stop bit, bit synchronization is established between sender and receiver by timing the transmission of each bit. Since various bytes are placed on the link without any gap, it is responsibility of receiver to separate the bit stream into bytes so as to reconstruct the original information. In order to receive data error-free, the receiver and sender operate at same clock frequency. Synchronous transmission is used for high-speed communication between computers. There are some advantages. This method is faster as compared to asynchronous as there are no extra bit like start bit and stop bit. Also, there is no gap between individual data bytes. Disadvantage: it is costly as compared to asynchronous method. It requires local buffer storage at two ends of line to assemble block, and it also requires accurately synchronized clock at both ends. This will lead to increase in cost. The sender and receiver have to operate at same clock frequency. This requires proper synchronization, which makes system complicated. Then this diagram represents working of synchronous in which there is a no gap between each byte. Every byte are transmitted from sender to receiver one after another without any extra bit, without any gap. So it is totally the responsibility of receiver to receive all that data and divide that data byte by byte to reconstruct original message again. Last, isochronous transmission. An isochronous data transfer system combines features of asynchronous and synchronous data transfer system. An isochronous data transfer system sends block of data asynchronously. In other words, data stream can be transferred at random interval. Each transmission begins with start packet. Once start packet is transmitted, the data must be delivered with guaranteed bandwidth. Isochronous data transfer is commonly used for where data must be delivered within certain time constraint, like streaming video. Isochronous systems do not have error detection mechanism because if an error were detected, time constraint would make it impossible to resend that data. Then comparison between asynchronous and synchronous depend on different factor. So the factor is data sent at a time, and in asynchronous usually one byte is sent at a time using start bit and stop bit. In synchronous multiple bytes will be sent. Then in asynchronous start bit and stop bit is used, whereas in synchronous no used. The gap or idle time is present in asynchronous data transmission where it is not present in synchronous. Start bit and stop bit is present. Also gap is also present in asynchronous. Hence it is slow as compared to synchronous, whereas synchronous is fast. Then asynchronous is a low cost, whereas synchronous is of high cost. Thank you.